Info Ninja. Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. Now, unless you've been living in a liberal box for the last, month or so now, you would know that Donald Trump is kicking some major behind. That is right, and we absolutely love it. At least us freedom-loving Americans definitely love it. And a big part of Donald Trump's early success in this month has been his best man, his right-hand buddy, Mr. Elon Musk of DOGE. And I kind of thought this was a joke, folks. When he was campaigning with this, I thought there's no way he's actually going to take one of the smartest people in the world and unleash him on the federal government, and it's actually happening. We're actually seeing where our tax dollars have been going, and it's not good places. And it's so much information, it's so much happening so fast, it's easy to almost lose track of all the winning that we're doing. I remember this comment from Donald Trump about winning. Check it out.
You're going to be so proud of your country if I get in. You're going to be so proud of your president, and I don't care about that. But you are going to be so proud of your country because we're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.
I laughed at that comment thinking, yeah, we're going to win so much that we're going to be sick and tired of winning. And he's going to go, no, I'm going to win some more. But that's actually what's happening right now in our first month. And like I said, it's so much information. Here to help us break it down is, I would say, a government expert. This is a guy who has been studying the U.S. government for many decades now and has known this has been going on even before DOGE got involved. And I think more than anything else, this is amazing vindication for him, verification for him. This is his 9th time appearing here in the dojo. He is an actor, he is a comedian, he is a writer. He has a great new comic book line. If you're looking for something family safe for your kids, if you want a cool comic where the characters don't turn trans, you might want to check out what he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, his 9th time appearing on the podcast, Mr. Stephen D. Snyder.
You hear me talking, hillbilly boy? I ain't through with you by damn sight. I'ma get medieval on your ass.
Mr. Snyder, welcome back to the dojo, baby.
Thanks, Info Ninja. This is great. 9th time on here. I believe I'm like the number one guest that you've ever had. I don't think anybody's topped me. So thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You've been on more than anybody else, and that's because you're the best, buddy. I can't think of anybody else that knows the government better than you in our circle here of informants, of information. And I know that you are just totally psyched about the cabinet picks that have been going through here lately, and I know that you're totally impressed with what's going on with DOGE.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. It's funny because many years I've studied the government, and I used to work for the government. I used to work for the state of Illinois. I've had, Info Ninja, I've had 40 different jobs in my short lifespan. I've had that many, and many of them did involve working for the government. So I know what goes on.
Some of them included less than legal activities too, if we're being real. If you included those in the 40.
Yes.
And speaking of Illinois is getting the pantsuit off of them right now by Pam Bondi and the federal government.
Good. I love almost all of Trump's picks. RFK Jr., solid. Tulsi Gabbard, solid. Kash Patel, solid. He just put Dan Bongino in charge. He's the deputy right underneath Kash Patel at the FBI. RFK, Tulsi, DOGE. He is putting together an all-star cast, and these guys are like a wrecking ball. And Miley Cyrus, this is your cue for Miley Cyrus.
I came in like
They are a wrecking ball right now in DC.
They are the conservative Avengers. This is God, folks. If you had any doubt that there was a God and that he sent his son to die for you, all those doubts need be erased right now, because wow, Mr. Snyder, I thought this was going to be impossible. I thought there's no way. I thought maybe somebody comes in and does 10% of what Donald Trump has done in his first month. But wow, to do what he's done with DOGE, I thought was impossible. But to get the cabinet picks that he has right now and the change that they're going to affect, folks, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. This is incredibly impressive. But I think above everything else, the most impressive part of everything has been Elon so far. And DOGE, I love Elon with the chainsaw. I got to get that poster for the dojo.
It's what's funny about Elon is, do I trust him fully? I don't. He's a smart guy. People have pissed him off, and now he's going, so what is this exactly that you say you do here?
We don't hire activists. We hire employees.
Yeah. I'm trying to give a very subtle South African
I think more than anything else, you bring up a great point there, is that this proves once again how racist the mainstream media and the Democrats and the liberals are, because I think they're ultimately upset that Donald Trump hired an African American to dismantle the government.
Yeah. And well, let's also not forget that he's hired Pam Bondi, Attorney General, who is kicking ass, and she's a female. Last time I checked, I haven't looked up her skirt, but I'm assuming she has a vagina.
There's no way the vagina grabber, that guy, could be hiring women.
No. And then Kash Patel, I believe he's Indian. So of course he's obviously racist for hiring Kash Patel. And
is Kash Patel gay? Is Kash Patel gay? Let's back up there. I had someone ask me the question the other day. Is Kash Patel gay? And I went, I don't think he's gay.
No. Google in his girlfriend.
Okay, good for Kash. Good for Kash.
Fox.
Taking your word for it.
Google in Kash's 26-year-old girlfriend. He's having a good week, guys. He's the director. He's the director of the FBI, and he's got a fine woman as his girlfriend.
Well, they just raided 3 Pentagon officials' homes that Kash or they were FBI or Pentagon officials that as soon as Kash took over, it was like, I know where the bodies are buried. Let's go dig them up. So I'm expecting some people to go to jail over this whole DOGE thing. And what I find really fascinating and entertaining at the same time is they have been looking at, because this is public information, folks. You can look at Google Trends and you can see what the top searches are per city in different time frames. And the top searches on Google in Washington, D.C., since the whole DOGE things happened, were criminal defense attorneys, statute of limitations. These are the top searches, folks, on Google in Washington, D.C., because some of these folks know, it's their time. They did some bad stuff. They might be going to prison. And hey, guess what? That's what the prison system is designed for, you to have another chance. Learn your lesson, go to jail, you're going to get another chance. But the whole idea is you learn your lesson and you go to jail.
I asked my wife, this was about a year ago. It's true. Before the election, before everything, I was sitting back and I said, do you think that the insiders, the establishment, whether it's Hollywood, media, academia, the federal government, the fourth bureaucracy, do you think these people are just getting free money, just deposited, stolen money from us, just deposited in offshore Swiss bank accounts?
Like a faucet. It's like a flowing river of money.
Yes.
And do you think that they have a pipe that comes to them? Yeah, I had that feeling too. I know what you're saying.
Okay. So, and now what's coming out is how many thousands and hundreds of thousands of federal employees don't even work. They don't even do anything, and they're collecting money. Dead people getting Social Security, all this money going overseas, Tom Hanks's production company getting money. They have been stealing from us blind, and now there's a new sheriff in town. And I love it. I think anybody who's ever received a handout like that or who hasn't been involved needs to go to jail. Democrat, Republican, I don't care. Send their ass to prison.
Think about this for a second, Mr. Snyder, and think about this for a second, America. For the last, your whole career, let's say, you've been going to work and working your butt off every day. You're going in early, you're staying late, you're trying to get ahead, you're trying to earn a few extra bucks. And even when you've been working so hard to earn, your taxes have gone up and made it even harder on you. And even if your taxes haven't gone up, the cost of goods and services, the cost of rent, the cost of energy has gone up, and it's made it harder and harder. But you've kept working. You've got a second job. You got a part-time job to make a little extra because it's costing a little extra to live. And that entire time that you've been struggling, folks, there have been people sitting at home, collecting your tax dollars as a paycheck, and they weren't doing anything the entire time. They were chilling. They were that person when you took a day off and you went to the grocery store, or you took a day off and you went to the movies on a Wednesday, and you saw that person there and you're like, I wonder if they took the day off. They didn't have the day off. They had your money, and that's how they were able to do it. And yeah, I think if we caught people doing that, at the very least, they should be paying it back. At the very least, they should never get a tax return again, if we even have taxes anymore, which I hope that goes away. I just did an episode about that. Hopefully income tax goes away, but these folks should continue to pay an income tax because they need to pay back what they stole from our country.
Yeah, here's something, Info Ninja, that I think you're going to be shocked. Well, you're not going to be shocked, but I want your audience to just turn up the radio dial, the volume, and I want you to listen to this. Here's how screwed you are in America, okay? Let's say there is a mother of four. She's a single mom. Let's say, for instance, I'm going to play the political card. Let's say she's a transgendered black single mom, but she works her butt off.
Does that make her female by birth or male by birth? I'm confused on the one. If she's a transgender black, she has kids.
Just call her they, them. Call her they, them. Okay. Okay. So let's say she makes $75,000 a year. She works her butt off. $75,000. She has 4 kids at home. Okay, so she only has $1,000 in her savings because, like most Americans, people live paycheck to paycheck. So she saved $1,000 in her savings. One day she shows up to work and she gets fired. She goes and applies for unemployment, gets unemployment. She applies for food stamps. And you know what our government tells this woman? They say, give us your bank statement. We want to see how much you have in your savings account. Then they deduct that from your ability to get food stamps. And basically what they say is, because you've done a good job, Miss Johnson, and you've saved $1,000 in your savings, come talk to us when you have zero. And yet she gets no assistance, no food stamps, but yet illegal aliens coming across the border have Visa gift cards worth $13,000 worth of food stamps on it.
And let's not forget, Americans, let's not forget that part of Joe Biden's 85,000 new IRS agents that he was going to hire or did hire or was in the process of hiring, there was legislation that also was going to make it so that the IRS could see into all of your savings accounts, all of your bank accounts, and say, hold on, you're having all these transactions going through, but that's more money than you made in the year, or so you must have a side job. Where's this extra cash coming from? It was if your bank account, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Mr. Snyder, if you had more than $2,000 in your bank account, I think was the number.
Yes, and if you had more than $2,000, and then they started with if you have a $600, everybody who has a $600 transaction, and then they tried decreasing it. Because most people, when you have a car payment or a mortgage, a house payment, it's more than $600. So they want to monitor everybody you get a nickel from your crypto, they want you to report it. Yet we're giving Zelensky billions of dollars. Half of it, he doesn't even know where it's at. And the other half of it gets funneled back. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a money laundering scheme. If you did that in the private sector, you'd be in jail.
This was the future that the Biden administration and the global power elites had in mind for us. And they still do, folks. The deep state still exists. The global power elites are not defeated. They're on their heels right now. God is giving us a reprieve around the world, and especially in this country, folks. A revival, I think, is coming next, but a reprieve right now. I think we're getting 4 years to get our act together because the end may be near. I don't know if that's the case or not, but wow, did we dodge a bullet? Because if Joe Biden would have got faked reelected, folks, they'd be in your bank account right now. Who would be stopping those 85,000 new IRS agents? The answer is nobody but God. He saved our butts here, folks. So don't forget to pray and say thank you. Don't forget to pray and ask him to bless the leaders of our nation, protect them, and guide them with our Holy Spirit. And speaking of things that are Holy Spirit driven, I think any entertainment that comes out today, anything that's wholesome and has a good message behind it, we should promote, because there's a bunch of crap out there, folks. There's a bunch of stuff meant to manipulate our children, and it's not from God. And I think this thing that Mr. Snyder is doing for our kids right now is really amazing. And I think the comics, have a great message behind them. And this is, of course, Sea Heroes. Tell us a little bit about it before we let you go. Let us know how we can check out what you're doing.
So Sea Heroes is a new comic book series. I've structured it to be the next Ninja Turtles. And essentially, I have a toy lineup made. I have a commercial that's shot. It's available to watch on YouTube. You can buy the comics on Amazon. They come in the form of like a graphic novel. I'm working on issue number 4 right now. My artist is actually putting out issue 4, and it's great. It's really geared toward kids 7 to 13. There's nothing in there that's political. It's just good, wholesome entertainment. And I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever, you're going to like this. And I want to make sure that I'm entertaining everybody. So this is for everybody. This is for every kid.
These are the conservative Ninja Turtles underwater, folks. The Ninja Turtles that can swim. It's really cool to check out. It's part of the 80s coming back. I think that's what we're going to get with Donald Trump. So real quick, Mr. Snyder, tell us about the links in the descriptions, what they can check out, how they can find you here, and what products they can find.
So if you go to StephenDSnyder.com and then you click on Sea Heroes, it'll take you to all of my links for all of my books. There's also a link on the very first page of StephenDSnyder.com where you can buy each of them from Amazon.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being with us. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless this country, folks. I'm serious when I say pray. I'm not just talking about it. I'm not just speaking. I actually do it. So you do it too, folks. Thanks for joining us. Hi-yow! Info Ninja. If you liked what you heard, please give me a thumbs up, a comment, and a share. You can find us on X at Info Ninja Show, on Rumble, Truth Social, YouTube, and of course, anywhere podcasts are sold.